All right, dear dog-loving listener, gather round the digital campfire, because today we're diving into the enthralling, tail-wagging world of canine apologies. Yes, you heard that right. How do you say sorry to your four-legged friend in a way that they really get it? Buckle up, this isn't just another walk in the park. We're on a mission, combining science, love, and a bit of quirky wisdom to master the art of doggy apologies. First off, let's face it. We're all human, and oopsies happen. Maybe you stepped on a tail during your midnight snack run, or perhaps your no was a tad too stern when your furry Einstein tried to outsmart the trash can. Whatever the misdemeanor, you now stand before your dog, guilty as charged, and wishing you spoke fluent Barquese. But here's the fascinating bit dogs. Those adorable creatures sprawled on your rug don't process apologies like we do. Imagine if they did. Your dog sitting you down, paw on your shoulder saying, "Human, let's talk about your actions yesterday." Amusing, but not happening. So what's the science saying? Dogs are emotional geniuses in their own right, but they don't hold a PhD in human apologies. They don't do guilt trips or hold grudges over accidental tail stepping. Their world is simpler, filled with the basics of trust, safety, and belly rubs. Now, picture this. You've accidentally scared your furry pal. Their tail isn't wagging. Those puppy eyes are more Puss in Boots than joyful. It's apology time, but where do you start? The tone of your voice is your first magic wand. Ever noticed how everyone, yes, even the big tough folks, switch to a high-pitched coo voice around dogs? There's a method to this madness. Studies have shown that dogs are more responsive to higher-pitched, affectionate tones. It's like their kryptonite in a good way. So channel your inner opera singer and let the baby talk flow. It's not just fluff, it's science. When you use this voice, you're essentially saying, "Hey buddy, I'm not a threat. Sorry about the tail." But wait, don't launch into a hugging spree just yet. While we humans crave hugs for comfort, for dogs, it's a bit of a mixed bag. Some dogs might interpret your well-meaning hug as a WWE move. Read your dog's body language. If they're stepping back or stiffening, abort the hug mission. Now, about fixing things. If your dog's giving you the cold shoulder, don't take it to heart. They're processing, not plotting revenge. Dogs don't sulk in grudges. They live in the moment, but they do remember patterns of behavior. So if you're consistently stepping on tails, accidentally of course, they'll start seeing you as a bit of a tail menace. Here's where consistent kindness plays a starring role. Spend quality time with your pooch. Take them for walks, play fetch, maybe even watch some dog-friendly TV together. Who knows, they might just be the next binge-watching buddy you need. And treats. Oh, the power of treats. It's like doggy currency. Use it wisely to build bridges and mend fences. And this is a big but avoid overdoing the treats. You don't want your apology to turn into a doggy obesity campaign. Balance is key, a mix of treats, play, and good old-fashioned petting. Speaking of petting, did you know there's a science to it too? Aim for behind the ears, under the chin, or a gentle back rub. These are the doggy bliss spots. It's like hitting the jackpot on a slot machine, but with fur and wagging tails. Also, be mindful of your actions going forward. Dogs are incredibly observant. They're like the Sherlock Holmes of the animal kingdom. They notice if you're kind, fair, and consistent. On the flip side, if you're the yelling or punishing type, they'll start seeing you as less of a friend and more of a foe. And nobody wants to be on a dog's not-so-good list. So let's talk doggy language. Ever noticed how dogs tilt their heads when you talk? That's not just them being cute, it's their way of trying to understand you. Dogs can pick up on specific words and intonations. Say walk in a cheerful tone and watch the excitement unfold. Say the same word in a stern tone, and you might just get a confused head tilt. In the grand scheme of things, remember that trust is the foundation of your relationship with your dog. Every action, every word, every gesture either builds or erodes this trust bank. You're not just a pet owner, you're a trust banker in the world of woofs and wags. Now let's delve a bit into doggy sociology. Ever wondered if dogs apologize to each other? It turns out they do in their own way. Researchers have observed that after a scuffle or rough play, dogs often engage in behaviors that ease tension, like licking each other or staying close, almost as if saying, "Hey, no hard feelings, right?" It's not an apology in the human sense, but it's their way of maintaining the peace in the pack. This brings us to an important point: consistency. Dogs are creatures of habit. They thrive on routine and predictability. If you're consistently kind, they'll view you as a source of safety and joy. But if you're unpredictable, especially in a negative way, that's when the trust starts to crack. Now let's add a sprinkle of humor to our doggy discourse. Imagine if dogs could talk. Your dog might say, "Human, I appreciate the high-pitched apology, but next time, can you just not step on my tail?" Or, "I forgive you, but those treats better be the good kind, not the diet ones." If only, right? Speaking of treats, let's talk training. Reward-based training is like the golden ticket in the dog world. It's about positive reinforcement, not fear or punishment. When your dog does something good, reward them. It reinforces the behavior you want to see, and it strengthens your bond. It's a win-win. But what about those moments when you're not sure if your dog has forgiven you? Look for the signs. If they're avoiding eye contact or seem hesitant around you, give them space. They might need a bit of time to process. On the flip side, if they're wagging their tail, engaging in play, and seem relaxed around you, congrats, you're back in the good books. Let's not forget the power of body language. Dogs are masters at reading our non-verbal cues. They can sense our emotions, sometimes even before we're fully aware of them ourselves. So when you're apologizing, be genuine. Dogs can sniff out insincerity like a hidden treat. Also, be patient. Rebuilding trust takes time, especially if the mistake was significant or if your dog has a history of trauma. Be consistent in your kindness, patient in your approach, and understanding of their needs. Dogs, like us, have their own personalities, fears, and likes. Treat them as individuals. In closing, remember this: saying sorry to your dog isn't just about the words or the tone. It's about the relationship you build every day. It's about understanding, respect, and love. So next time you find yourself in the doghouse, remember these tips. Use your voice, your actions, and your heart to convey your apology. And just maybe, your dog will forgive you with a wagging tail and a slobbery kiss. After all, in the grand adventure of life, isn't that the best apology acceptance you could ask for? As always, thank you for watching, and I hope this video helps you to understand your furry friend even better. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe.